Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, July 31st, 2015 and the end of our trading month. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white and sandy beaches and a nice cool breeze. We had a lot of rain last night, absolutely beautiful. What a wonderful night it was. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. If you would, come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Cool site, lots of information, lots of training, lots of options that you can do, and great site. Go check it out. And the economic count is awesome. All right, let's get a move on. Got a lot to talk about today as it is Friday. Charts are looking good. I gotta say, yesterday we did good on our predictions and forecasts, and really looks good. So let's get a move on. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day, Monday through Friday. Friday, after the New York close, we have the Friday wrap-up, where I go over about between 10 and 16 daily charts, where we're basically just looking at price action to see what we can expect in the week ahead. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career in the fire rescue department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my career. Well, 2015, I'm still here. I do trade Forex every single day. I'm in the markets. I'm in the business. And listening to fundamentals, looking at technicals, looking for probabilities and opportunities to enter trades where the odds are on my side that I can win that trade position. No, I do not win every trade. If anybody ever tells you that, please run the other way and run quickly. They're lying to you. Trading is exciting, it's adventurous, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, and you have to work at it. So that's what this is all about. Hopefully teach a little bit on how to set up some trade plans and how to get moving. All right, that's just a little bit about myself. Let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most of all, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Remember, traders, that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, that is our risk disclaimer. Let's head over to news and commentary. Today we're going to start off with our commentary, just because it's on the top of my mind. Yesterday, a lot of our trades hit our take profit area. It took some time. I think it was Euro Aussie. It was a little tricky getting into the trade. But other than that, the other trades sort of worked out very well. Went to our take profits, and some of them even went past it. So nice trade day yesterday if you took some of our trade plans and looked at them. And hopefully you're not trading my trade plans, but you're trading your trade plans that are agreeing with my trade plan. Always trade your trade plan. Don't go on mine. Mine's just a reference, right? Yours is what's important because it's your hard-earned equity. Alrighty? I think we're going to have a great week next week, full week. And we're going to have, of course, it's NFP Friday, a week from today. So, and I think the Fed's looking to see what happens with that. I do expect them to raise interest rates in September, I would say. Wouldn't be surprised if they did a double, if they did it in September and then in December. I just don't think they're going to do it in December because of the holiday season. That's just my crazy outlook on it. Remember, it is the last trading day of the month, so people are squaring up their positions, taking profits. And you have to realize that when you're taking your trades today. So you have to be alert. And we'll take a look at some charts and all that good stuff. Let's take a look at the indices. The US 30 was negative just barely at 0.03%. The S&P 500 was up 0.01%. Wow, they just made it. The NASDAQ was positive 0.33% with small cap 2,000 up 0.37% out of New York. Let's head on over to the Eurozone where the DAX closed up 0.40% out of Frankfurt, and the FTSE out of London closed up 0.57%. The CAC 40 out of Paris was up 0.58%. The Eurostoxx 50 out of Frankfurt was up 0.23%. Totally green day in the Eurozone. Very nice. Glad to see that. Let's head on over to Asia. Remember now, these currencies are currently trading as all markets are open. The Nikkei 225 is barely in the green at 0.08%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is up 0.33%. The Shanghai is negative 0.72%. The Hang Seng is barely in the green at 0.05%. And the Kospi out of Seoul is negative 0.46% as we speak. All right, so that's what's going on with the indices. Let's take a look at our economic calendar. Not much today as far as data. We've already had our data. We had some Aussie data, some New Zealand data. New Zealand, we had business confidence, and the Aussie, we had PPI. And they didn't move the charts. I think it was a mixed reaction. I was listening to it. However, I was working it, and so I really wasn't paying attention to it. I knew the data was coming out, but didn't phase the Aussie, didn't phase the New Zealand, didn't even move the chart. So apparently, it was not that important. Today, though, however, in the New York session, we have the CAD's got GDP month on month, and the Euro session is going to be basically all technical because there's no high impact data. However, the big one is on tomorrow that you really need to keep an eye out for, and that is China has manufacturing PMI. So I would not leave a trade open for over the weekend, depending on where you are, because that is my Saturday at 8 a.m., which means that that is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that right? Nope, that should be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. No. It should be 9 a.m. Saturday Eastern Standard Time. Sorry about that. Yeah, the time zones really freak me out because, I deal with so many of them. So yeah, that's going to be Saturday at, so just watch out for this manufacturing PMI out of China. It's a very important number, and price is going to react to it. So, that's my point. I wouldn't leave a trade open over the weekend, especially that it's the end of the month, last day of the month, all that good stuff. Profit taking, position squaring, and all the big guys, the big money, the big hedge funders, and all that stuff, they only work a half a day on Friday most of the time, right? Talking about New York. So, you know how they are. They get a little lazy on Friday. And there was a lot of pips made this week, so that's a very good possibility. All right, let's take a look at some 30-minute charts. The trade plans are pretty basic today. It's basically sitting on your hands and waiting for a price to come to you, and some of them it's going to take some work. So let's get started. This is the Euro-Dollar 30-minute chart. Remember, each candle represents 30 minutes in duration. However, the Euro-Dollar is right where we want it pretty much. I'd like to see a candle close below this pivot point at about 1.0940 was where I'd like to see a candle close, and a nice bearish candle, and we can take this to the downside. I suspect we're going to have to wait till London Open. We have no data. We have nothing. But all we have is the volatility of the London Open, and hopefully that'll bring us down. And we'll take it to the daily S1 pivot at 1.0886, and we'll take profit down there. That'd be a nice way to start out our trading day. I remain extremely bearish on the Euro-Dollar, and this just seems to want to just continue just to dump. It just wants to continue to dump. So I see this at parity in 2 months. Definitely before the end of the year, I see this at parity. This is just going to continue to fall, especially if the China situation continues to get worse. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how the dollar holds with the rate increase and all that good stuff. So there's a lot of things that will influence what the Euro-Dollar does. Let's head on over to the pound. The pound is really at a good spot. You could really take this trade now. Your concern is that 200 exponential moving average is at 1.5586, and we want to get in at like 5,600 or 5,590, somewhere in there. We want to get in the trade to the downside. And then you get that 200. But I'm not too concerned about this 200 exponential moving average, and I'll tell you why. Look left of the chart. It really, it bumped a little bit, but, I sort of think that it's just going to go right through it And I think we can get down to our take profit at the S1 pivot, and that's at 1.5563, previous support. And really, once we pass the 200, it's a wide open space. There is nothing in our way left of the chart to get in our way. And this looks like a nice trade if it works, but it's the pound. But you know, the pound has been lately all over the place. You know, one day we're bullish, the next day we're bearish. One day we're bullish, the next day we're bearish. But that's okay. We're going to still look at it and trade it. Can't make pips if you don't trade it, if you don't hit the button. So, you know, make your trade plan and trade it. Trade your plan. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar is a little bit more complicated than you would think. Now, I'm only bearish in the Aussie. I do not want to buy the Aussie dollar. I mean, I know it moves in waves, and I know it's had an up day. Well, really, it was pretty nasty yesterday, to be honest with you. It wasn't until late in New York it popped up a little bit there, and then we hit Asia. But, you know, I really don't want to, you know, this is not a lot of pip movement here. So, from yesterday to today. So I only want to sell this, and you can take the sell now. I would really like to see this pull back up closer to the 200 if you're going to do that. But you could also sell it below the daily pivot point, 0.7288. I'm a conservative trader. I'll wait till it gets down to 0.7279, and I'll take it from there. And then if you look left of the chart, once we pass that, which is a support line, once we pass that, this is, oh, excuse me, traders. This is a clear shot to the downside. We do have some stuff, you know, some junk left of the chart, but I don't think it's going to affect us that much. So this looks like a good bearish trade here. I have to tell you, I did not look at the daily chart on this one. But, you know, I'm bearish in the Aussie, and we'll see how that works. So I've given you 3 entry levels that you could take this at, and we'll see. I'm pretty certain I'm going to wait for the London Open to even think about taking anything here. This just looks too dangerous to me. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. The Euro Aussie is in its mode to the downside. We like that. And we're just looking for the pullback. Now, if you notice, I've placed our pullback all the way up to the 618. I'm looking for a pretty aggressive pullback here. I want to get up to 50.45. I don't want to take, you know, I could have taken it at the daily pivot, and we would have had enough pips, you know, to get break even and maybe a 15 pip profit. But, you know, I need more than that, and we got a support line there before our take profit area. So I'm looking for an aggressive pullback here to the 61.8. So let's get up to 50.45, 50.40, and then we can take this down. And I think it's just a better deal to do it that way. And this way we're guaranteed, even when we hit the daily pivot point, we're already going to be in profit, and we're going to be break even. So let's see if we can get this pullback. Like I said, the problem is there's really nothing going on unless a wobblehead gets in front of a microphone and says something smart or unintelligent. Let's put it that way. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Yen on a Friday. Yeah, pretty easy trade plan here. It worked out really nice yesterday. If you followed our trade plan yesterday, it worked out very nice. The entry was a little tricky. You had to wait. It didn't come exactly where we wanted to enter at, but it did. It did pull back, and that next rate candle you should have entered. You would have made some nice pips there. So yeah, the trade plan yesterday worked out very nice. So here we are today, and basically I'm looking for this to pull back up to resistance, and we'll sell it. And that's at 135.92. Now, we have a support line, which is now a resistance line, and we have the daily pivot point at the same spot. So what a better place to be than right there to sell this. You know, if you sell it from here, you don't have enough pips. You're not going to have enough pips to get in there, get break even, and be safe. And then hit the support, which is, you know, there are people that have pending orders, folks, at the support. I am not the only one. Me and you are not the only one that has fibbed this swing. So many people have done exactly what we just did and fibbed this swing and are looking at what we're looking at. And that's that daily pivot point. And if you look left of the chart, you can put a support line there, which is now a resistance line. So, you know, we're not the only ones that are looking for this 38.2 pullback, and we sure aren't the only ones that are looking, you know, at this 135.53 as a possible trade to the upside. Okay, so just keep aware of that. And the 200 exponential moving average means nothing today. Take a look at New Zealand. Moved very nice yesterday. Actually hit our take profit. I was pretty surprised. I was pretty leery about yesterday's New Zealand trade, but it happened to work out fine, and it did hit our take profit zone. Today we're basically just looking for a pullback. Now this is a pretty big pullback. I've got to be honest with you, but we need to get to this 50% level. We've got to get to this daily pivot point, and we could take it back down. If it gets to the 38.2 and it gives you a red candle that's, you know, a nice red candle, and you want to pop it in there, you might wait for the second one, or just take it and then just put your stop above, like 6 or 7 pips above the daily pivot, and just take it short from there. So if you get to the 38.2 and you get a bearish candlestick formation, I would sell it. If it doesn't, if it's not aggressively heading up to that 50% level. So you have a couple of options there to get into this trade. But we sure don't want to be getting into this trade right now. This is in no way, no position spot to get in the trade. That wraps up our 6 currency pairs on a Friday, July 31st, 2015. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, please come check out our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great weekend break, and well, we've got a long way till the weekend starts, but we're on a Friday and we're heading there. So have a great weekend break. Remember, after the New York close, sometime after that, we will have the Friday wrap-up, where we look at daily charts and look at some price action. Traders, have a great weekend. Enjoy your time with friends, loved ones, even your enemies, and even the guy driving by. Just wave to him and say hello, and just be friendly. Traders, have a great trading day. Catch you next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.